Hey, welcome back to Biz Talk TV, and I'm your host, Michael Rager, the business guide. I'm so excited. I'm finally going to get to meet this lady in person. I've been hearing her talk. She's been giving some great tax and bookkeeping advice. We got live in studio today, Kristin Gunderson. Kristin, how are you today?
Great. Thank you so much for having me on your show today, Michael.
Oh man, it's so great to finally get to see you in person. You know, you're doing this stuff, recording yourself and seeing what's going on. It's great to have you in studio and live.
Yes, so glad to be here.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about something that near and dear to my heart because I'm awful at it. And we're going to start with meals. We're going to start with the business owner. Meals and entertaining is a very difficult thing, and making sure we do things right. What are some of the common mistakes business owners make when they're trying to write out meals and entertainment?
Well, the first thing is that entertainment is not write-offable at all right now. That's been for the last, several years. So if you're taking your clients to a baseball game or to a concert or golfing, hunting, like those are not write-offable anymore. And then for the last 2 years, the IRS put in a new tax act basically to get the restaurants going again. And so instead of it being 50% write-offable for entertainment, now it was 100% write-offable for the year 2021 and year 2022. However, for year 2023, for this, January going forward, it's back to 50% write-offable for the majority of the meals that your company does.
Well, it's funny, it's my company, Teach Your Business to Fish. I found a little loophole around that entertainment thing. I take people fishing, but we actually have an education curriculum, so it's an educational event. I don't know about that, but I thought I was getting a little creative. What do you think as a tax expert?
Well, in that thing, you're providing them a service. So yeah, you're providing a conference for them to come get educated. So that would be something different. That would actually, for the year 2023, that is 100% write-offable. And so if you are providing an event where people can come out to, and the meals are completely 100%, they're all free for the clients, that is 100% write-offable for the year 2023 also. And if you have a holiday party for your employees, that is 100% write-offable also. However, if you're taking out a client or your employees to lunch or for dinner, that is 50% write-offable.
Oh, they're just trying to get us. Now, okay, we were talking before we got here. One of the things that I know I'm awful at, every time I get done, I get my receipt and I may scribble a note on it and I shove it in my wallet and it sits in there for 6 weeks and all the ink disappears. What are we really supposed to do to make sure we have the right information so if we ever do get audited, we can make sure prove we were doing what we were doing?
Yeah, the IRS likes to see those receipts, so if you ever get audited, make sure that you have them. Obviously on the receipt, it's going to have the name of the restaurant, the date that you were there, and how much it was. Make sure to write in the tip of what tip you left, and they kind of want to see it itemized. You can see, what food you're eating and what you're drinking. And they don't want to see anything lavish. So if it's just a very, very lavish meal, they're not going to like that and they're not going to be happy with it. But then the other thing that you're supposed to actually write on the receipt is everyone that you were with dinner with, all the names of the people, whether your employees, your clients that you were taking or potential clients. And then if it was a potential client, they want to know if you won that business. So then later on, you need to go back a few weeks later and go back, okay, I did win this business. And if you were, at dinner or lunch talking with your employees or your clients, they want to know what you were talking about for business. So scribble a little note on that of what business you actually discussed. And then what I would do, instead of leaving it in your wallet for 6 weeks until it gets all, voided and you can barely read it, is snap a picture of it with your cell phone. There's the QuickBooks Online app, if that's what you use for your accounting, snap that picture in the QuickBooks Online and then it's taken care of and it's there. If it fades, it won't be a problem, or give it to your receptionist and have them scan it with the scanner. That way you have an electronic PDF of it, and then you can throw it away after that, as long as you have a secure way of backing it up.
Oh, I'm lazy. I'm telling you, I am the laziest. I'm the worst. And I know other business owners like that, because I entertain a lot, with what I'm doing. I'm going out, I take a lot of clients out for cocktails. It's a lot more of that than it is, dinner. but we do discuss things. We are talking business, we're talking strategy, we're talking this, we're talking that. I know once I did get audited, 7, 8 years ago, and my auditor made me go back through my calendar and create a spreadsheet. And I had to go through my whole calendar. So one of the things that I do to protect that is I back up my calendar, and I try to keep a journal of everything I did. How does that help, and how can that help a business owner, if he or she ever does get audited?
Yeah, that is a great idea. Make sure all those appointments are in your calendar, and that you have it backed up, because then if you do get audited and you have those receipts, you can go be like, oh, okay, January 17th, and look at your calendar in case you forget to do it real time. You can go back to your calendar and be like, okay, yes, I met, I had this networking meeting, or I had this client meeting, and this is where we were at, and then you can kind of jog your memory of what did we talk about. Like, if you were with clients, you should know what you were talking about, because you know your clients.
They're your clients, right?
Yeah.
We should get to know them and know exactly what's going on there. All right, so we're getting into the time of the year now. There's some big games coming up, and some of us like to, go see our bookie. And, we're going to go to Vegas, and we're going to do this, and we're going to drop 100 here, drop 100 there. So let's say we go out and we do that. We're out on a business trip in Vegas. We put money down, and our team wins. What happens?
You're going to have winnings, and you're going to get a W-2G. And yes, you have to wait for that W-2G to come in the mail, because you need to put that on your tax return, and you need to pay taxes on it, which people don't like to hear. However, there is a little bit of a loophole. If you have gambling losses, you can deduct gambling losses up to your winnings. So say you do, you win $100,000, but you spent $125,000 during the whole year, and you lost it all. You would be able to deduct up to $100,000, the amount that you won, in gambling losses. However, there's another trick to this, is you have to be able to itemize your tax return. So say you only won $5,000 and you're trying to write off $5,000 worth of gambling losses. If you can't itemize, you're not going to be able to write it off. And the standard deduction for last year's, like for a single person, is $12,950. If you're married, it's double. So if you don't have gambling losses or property taxes, sales tax, mortgage interest, or donations that total more than the standard deduction of $12,950, if you're single, you're not going to be able to write off those losses. Now, if you gambled and won $100,000 and you have $100,000 to write off, then of course you would be able to use the itemized deductions to be able to write those winnings off.
Yeah, it's me. If you're like me, you're gonna lose all the time, so it doesn't matter. But is it just you're doing this, if it's just a one-time thing, two-time thing, and you just happen to win, that's where it's at. But as if you actually regularly gamble and do this, because a lot of the apps and stuff like that, do the apps and stuff like that collect data and collect the information you need to help you?
Yeah, so actually you can, like if you go to a regular casino, they should have all of your gambling losses. Like they have like these cards. I'm not a big gambler, but I know like we went to Vegas last month and they had these cards, and it keeps track of all your losses. So have them print that out for you for, say, last year for 2022. And then like if you have to pay for the hotel, sometimes you get that comped, but you have to pay for the hotel or for the flight or the miles to drive there and your meals, like all that also counts as gambling losses while you're gambling.
Well, that's interesting, because it's almost like it's a job for some people. I've got friends that were professional poker players and stuff like that, and I understand it. But I think just for the normal, you and me, we go to Vegas, we do this. I know last time I was there, I couldn't even find a $10 blackjack table. Everything was $25 and $50, and I hate giving away my money.
Same here.
So you want to do that. So anything else? We're coming here. We got a few minutes. We're finishing up. We need to get everything to you. What's the most important thing that business owners need to focus on right now? Because it's going to get busy. You're going to get busy. What do they have to do to get things to you in the perfect order to make their tax filing simple?
Well, the first thing is if you do have a business, you need to have your profit and loss for 2022 and a balance sheet, and make sure they're clean. I've been talking to a lot of people since January 1st, basically. keep this up to date normally. So they're literally trying to add up all their expenses on an Excel file for me. So if you don't have like a bookkeeping or an accounting software, go ahead and total all of your business expenses on an Excel spreadsheet. That way your bookkeeper or tax person doesn't have to do it for you and charge you extra. And another thing is, if you don't have a bookkeeper or do your bookkeeping regular, get that done. Like, make that a goal for 2023 to get that going perfectly. And then the other thing is if you bought any fixed assets for the year, I'll need a list of those, and the date that you bought them, how much they were and what they are, or your CPA that does your taxes. And then any document that comes in the mail that says important tax document on it, that you need to keep and put into like a tax folder and give to your CPA. That is really, really important. And sometimes they're not coming in the mail anymore. You have to go to like wherever you do the electronic part of it and download the year-end tax documents. So like if you have Edward Jones, you might have to download whatever that is, and other items. If your kids are in school or something like that, those documents may not be coming in the mail either, but they have to download them from the school. So just like look at last year's tax return. If you had a document and it hasn't come in by, say, the first week of February, go to that website and go download it, because maybe they're doing electronic only.
You're going to get those important tax documents. You're going to set your drink on it. You're going to do this and get that ring. Just make the IRS happy. So how do they get a hold of you? How does everybody get a hold of you? Because you need a good bookkeeper. Yes.
So we are Gunderson's Bookkeeping. We are on all the social media. We're on LinkedIn. We're on Facebook and Instagram at Gunderson's Bookkeeping. Or you can call us at 936-372-2661. Or, of course, our website, www.gundersonsbookkeeping.com.
Well, Kristin, man, this has been awesome. I'm so happy that you finally got in here. I'm telling you, for the next several weeks, I got a ton of questions because I got a whole bunch of new clients.
Yeah.
And they got questions that they should have been asking you. I'm seeing them and I just roll my eyes as a business coach.
I'll be glad to answer that.
All right. So you guys have a great day. I'm Michael Rager, your business guide. We're going to be right back with more Biz Talk TV.